and welcome to Weekend 5. The Federal Inland Revenue Services issued a public notice recently appointing NTA, Airtel and all money deposit banks as defined by the CBN guidelines as VAT collection agents pursuant to Section 14 subsection 3 of the VAT Act as amended, which empowers the FIRS to appoint agents for VAT collection. Now, this is not new in Nigeria, as in 2007, companies operating in the oil and gas sector were appointed as agents for collection of VAT on all taxable supplies made to them. It appears that given the effectiveness recorded in the oil sector, the FIRS with this appointment will leverage resources, technology and reach of these companies to improve VAT collection and reduce incidence of VAT debts while reducing cost of collection. Now, effective 1st January, the appointed agents will be responsible for withholding VAT at source on all taxable supplies made by their vendors and remitting same to FIRS in the currency of transaction. But there is a catch. Now, failure to comply with the directive by the VAT agents will result in a penalty of 150% of the amount not collected, plus 5% interest above the CBN policy rate as prescribed under Section 34 of the VAT Act. So how would this tax regime play out? What are the criteria FIRS used in appointing the VAT withholding agents? How does it operate? Who are eligible to pay, and what are the penalties for non-payment? This will drive our conversation with updates from zones plus studio discussion with my guest, Lovett Ononuga, Acting Director of VAT FIRS. I am Jumba Yusuf. Compliments of the season. But first, let's get the news. It was a spectacular night of Thanksgiving, tributes and testimonies as friends, family and well-wishers celebrate President Muhammadu Buhari at 80. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo tells us more.
President Muhammadu Buhari clocked 80 years while on official engagement in the United States, and on return to Abuja, it has been work, work and work. But for his family, friends and well-wishers, this significant milestone not go uncelebrated, and the opportunity was only provided Friday night. This documentary production, entitled Essential Muhammadu Buhari, is key to the celebration, and the invited guests from all walks of life were virtually spellbound as the salient aspects of the life and times of the Nigerian leader got revealed.
Yes, people say that I'm somebody from Sudan. They just want to be cheap.
Tributes and testimonies by members of the family, associates and well-wishers then followed, with Fatima Buhari, the first surviving daughter of the president, setting the ball rolling.
Our dearest beloved father, we are so proud of you, and we wish you live and last for another 80 years.
We have seen a life of commitment, dedication, patriotism and honesty.
Every time you meet Mr. President, you see a man that is loving to every section of this country.
Even those that are his adversaries, we agree that this is a man with an impeccable character.
What else can we do to such a person but pray for his continued good health, to remain the beacon of goodness that he is?
Ever amiable, ever focused, ever principled. Give him a resounding round of applause, please. He has done his best for this nation.
It was indeed an emotional sight to behold, as personalities present used the opportunity to express formal appreciation for the significant impact of the president's leadership across Nigeria.
The miracle of the second Niger bridge. We are deeply very grateful to you, sir. Only you can do it.
I drove on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway 45 minutes. The last time I experienced this was when I was young. We believe this can never ever be possible in this country.
You also recall Mr. President gave a presidential directive that artifacts that are repatriated to Nigeria, that they should all go back to their various palaces All the traditional rulers are grateful to you.
These transformative achievements did not happen by themselves. They were driven, motivated, and inspired by a leader.
We only promise not to let you down. The ship of this nation will be on the right course.
During the event, Minister of Information Lai Mohammed, on behalf of the cabinet members, read aloud a fitting tribute inscribed on a birthday card presented to him.
The President posterity will be kind to you for all you have done to make Nigeria better.
No speech was delivered by President Muhammad Buhari, but without doubt, memories of the event will continue to linger on his mind for a long time to come.
Join me in proposing this toast to an exemplary leader, the man who has led this country with great courage, with determination and commitment. We pray that the Almighty God will preserve his life for very, very many years to come.
From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And in the spirit of the Yuletide, President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with Christians on the occasion of Christmas. In a message, the President knows that this year's celebration is unique. It is the last for him as President. 22 weeks from now, this administration will hand over to another democratically elected government. The President knows that in this season of love, joy and peace, let's not fail to remember those who wish to celebrate but are constrained in one way or the other by reaching out to them. President Buhari said, and I quote, "Until my last day in office, I will continue to provide political and material support to sub-national governments, the armed forces, institutions and individuals working wholeheartedly for the peace, unity and stability and progress of Nigeria." End of quote. The joyous season coincides with the period of campaign to usher in a new administration. The President urges the electorate to be circumspect and vote for those that will maintain the momentum his administration has created for the greater good of the country. He assures Nigerians that those who violently seek to disrupt the peace of the nation have lost the battle. Nigeria is blessed with a wealth of human and material resources. Let's celebrate our blessings this season with the trust that a better dawn awaits the country, the statement adds. Meanwhile, the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has congratulated Christians in celebrating Christmas to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. Senator Lawan enjoins Christians to spread the message of love, peace, hope and tolerance which Jesus Christ preached through personal examples. Similarly, the Speaker of House of Representatives, Femi Bajabiamila, has rejoiced with the Christian faithful on the occasion of this year's Christmas. Bajabiamila enjoins the Christian faithful and order Nigerians to use the period to pray for a peaceful and successful general elections in 2023. In the same vein, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, felicitates with Christians on the joyous occasion of Christmas. In a message, the SGF urges followers of Jesus Christ to embrace and internalize his teaching as exemplified in the display of love, humility, forgiveness and generosity. Mustafa further urges Christians to use the holidays to collect their PVCs while intensifying prayers towards the success of next year's general election in the country. Also, the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, extend felicitations to Christians as they mark the birth of Jesus Christ. Atiku prays for unlimited love and sustained happiness, peace, tranquility, as well as divine intervention. Similarly, the People's Redemption Party felicitates with the Christian community in Nigeria on the occasion of this year's Christmas celebration. The party urges all Nigerians to use the period to pray for a peaceful 2023 general elections, and it also restated that peace and unity can only be sustained on the virtues of good governance, justice and equity. Also, the Executive Secretary, Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission, Reverend Yakubu Pam, has urged Christians to emulate the virtues of Jesus Christ during this period. The NCPC boss affirms that Christ is an epitome of love, unity and oneness, and as such, believers are enjoined to identify with these virtues as they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. He maintained that this year's celebrations is very unique for Nigeria, as it is coming barely a few months before the 2023 general elections. To this effect, he admonishes Christians to ensure they pray fervently during this season for God's intervention in the electioneering process and for a peaceful pause across the nation next year. Meanwhile, the acting Corps Marshal FRSC, Dauda Alibiu, has felicitated with Christians and enjoined everyone to duly observe all established traffic regulations during the celebrations. The FRSC boss particularly cautioned travelers against dangers that go with road travels at this period of increased human and vehicular traffic, stressing that people must show extra vigilance while using the road to overcome any form of carnage. Acting Corps Marshal felicitates with Christians and reaffirms FRSC's commitment towards a zero crash during the end of the year and beyond. Now, as part of its corporate social responsibility, Sir Emeka Offor Foundation has empowered about 3,000 widows with over 3,000 bags of 50 kg rice, cash and wrappers in order to give them a sense of belonging this Yuletide. Maureen Ezeokweke reports that the event was held at Sir Emeka Offor Foundation office, Orafite, Anambra State.
It has become a ritual of sorts as every year these widows drawn from the four quarters of Orifite in Anambra State go home with goodies from Sir Emeka Offor Foundation. They have not just been trained in many skill areas, many of them have actually become employers of labor thanks to the foundation. It does not end there. Construction of houses for the less privileged is in the kitty, and soon they will become proud house owners. It is a journey that started 15 years ago, and the founder says putting smiles on the faces of the less privileged is all the motivation he needs.
I'm happy that I'm able to give back to the society, especially to the needy and the widows who are not able to fend for themselves.
Like the Christmas is around the corner, Christmas and New Year. So we are giving them this one to mark end of this year's welfare scheme event for the widows. They found that Sir Dr. Emeka Offor made a proposal is increasing their monthly stipend.
For the widows, this is another reason to believe in mankind, and their Christmas just got merrier.
I am happy that Sir Emeka Offor have built my mother house.
Before that only each person may have their own house. They are not built to put in one house. But we are very happy.
As he water my life, God will water his family.
For Emeka Offor Foundation, they are not stopping anytime soon in the quest to alleviate the sufferings among widows as they make plans for more packages in coming years. From Orifite, Anambra State, Maureen Ezeokweke, NTA News.
Still in the spirit of the Yuletide, the Tinubu Shetima Grassroots Independent Campaign Council has donated food items to 5 orphanages in the Federal Capital Territory. The humanitarian gesture is to give the orphans a sense of belonging, which Christmas symbolizes. Abubakar Akwanga reports.
It is rare times for the needy, and expectations from the public-spirited individuals are usually high with little or no hope. But this is not to be in the case of 5 orphanages at different locations in the FCT. As one after the other, the Tinubu Shetima Grassroots Independent Campaign Council reaches out to them with food items and other gifts to put smile on their faces.
Entire Independent Campaign Council, we present this to you.
I appreciate it. On behalf of the children and the staff, we say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you.
To the campaign council, the outreach program to the orphanages is not meant to influence vote, but to exhibit the human kindness in his presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
You're watching Weekend File on the NTA. We take a break. When we return, more reports.
Nigeria, African beauty on the Gulf of Guinea, blessed with natural landmarks and wildlife reserves. Nigeria, largest economy in Africa. Nigeria, famous accomplishment in entertainment and sports. Nigeria, resourced with globally respected human capital. Our uniqueness lies in our tenacity, our acumen, a testament of success. At NTA, we are forever proud to be the showcase channel of this positive energy and the reflection of the good in our nation. The capacity to tell our nation's story would not have been possible without the support and patronage of the three hands of government: ministries, departments, agencies, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties, and of course you, our esteemed viewers. As we wish you Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, let's get set to make 2023 even greater together.
Introducing an all-time mega offer. Get over 50% discount in the Airtel Home Broadband mega offer. Buy a router for just 10,000 naira and get up to 240 gigabyte or a Wi-Fi for 5,000 naira and get up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
People this day. The people they shout.
Our country people they talk with one voice. Them say that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu them want as president of Nigeria for this president election. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu na the man wey we all know and see all the good work in dey do for the country, especially when in the governor of Lagos State. Now him God dey use turn Lagos to the best state for Nigeria. Today, many people all over Nigeria they like to go Lagos go settle down for business and better life. Because of the good work wey Bola Tinubu do, people of Nigeria, as Asiwaju do for Lagos, now so him ready to do am for the whole country. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote PC, the party wey get broom.
Sometimes before I step on stage, my mind gets clouded. But that's when I know it's time to take that deep, tum-tum cooling breath.
The holiday is upon us again. The Petroleum Tankers Drivers of Nupeng, in collaboration with the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC), joyfully congratulates all Christian faithfuls this Christmas period. It is a season for us to share love with friends and family. The safety of all travelers is our priority. Do not drive and drink. Use your seatbelt while driving. Don't drive with one-off tires. Obey all traffic rules and regulations. Ensure your vehicle is in good condition and roadworthy. Consideration of other road users is everybody's responsibility. For emergency, please call FRSC toll-free line 122. Remember, your life is precious to your loved ones and the nation. Have a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. This message is from Petroleum Tankers Drivers of Nupeng, Comrade Rocky Oseshwa, JP, National Chairman, PTD Branch of Nupeng in Hausa.
I'm about to serve better breakfast. If you're in Lagos, you need to see this.
I'm not just filming something, I'm just keeping traffic.
Get more data to enjoy exclusive content. Dial *141# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hit me
me a risco tomato instead. I go give you imported tomato. Be like saying that people like you, the wicked our country people. You see this risco, big chicken or machito, They take correct natural ingredients, make them. If not made in Nigeria, like a risco, get many benefits. It help grow our economy. Put them inside mouth is sweet and it dig with the one for bottom.
So, buy made in Nigeria. Buy a Risco product.
Yeah, welcome back to Weekend File. Community Support Directorate for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu under the All Progressives Congress Campaign Council has organized a one-day sensitization in Gombe State to enlighten people on the need for APC continuity at all levels come 2023 general elections. Abbas Mekano completes the report.
The sensitization is part of activities lined up to mobilize people to support the continuity of APC across Nigeria. With this, the Community Support Directorate for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu sensitized people to vote for the All Progressives Congress, irrespective of any differences. All the APC support groups in Gombe were also encouraged to draw more support for the party at community and grassroots levels through mobilization.
I came here to tell them what to do and how to do it and whom to vote for come 2023. And our candidate is Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashi Shetima. We expect everybody will go back to his community, to his village, to his wards, to also sensitize other members of the community for this directorate, that is Community Support Directorate, to be able to vote for our candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
I'm calling on each and every woman in this country to make sure that they have their PVCs intact and make sure that each and every one of their family members obtain their PVCs.
The Directorate prayed for victory at all levels and successful conduct of the 2023 general elections. In Gombe, Abbas Mekano, NTA News.
Still talking politics, as part of her political engagements, the APC governorship candidate in Adamawa State, Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani, has met with officials of the Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, FEMWAN, and Women Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Adamawa State. The meeting is to solicit for their support ahead of the 2023 general elections. Rayanu Bala tells us more.
These are the officials of the Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, FEMWAN, and Women Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria in the 21 local government areas of Adamawa State, expressing their commitment to mobilize support for Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani. Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani told the women groups that there are opportunities open for them to develop their capacities to become more productive in life. She said, girl child education, provision of healthcare services, potable water and other basic amenities will be her topmost priorities if given the mandate.
Women will be given necessary attention.
From the Deputy National Woman Leader Zainab Abubakar Ibrahim, Director General Binani Campaign Council Senator Ahmed Barata, among other speakers at the event, said Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani has all it takes to turn around the fortunes of Adamawa State if elected as governor of this state. In Yola, Rayanu Bala, NTA News.
Let's bring you up to speed with other news, as senior military officers have been enjoined to develop strategies that will further secure the country, particularly during the forthcoming 2023 general elections. This was in a message by the Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, to the newly promoted senior officers of the Nigerian Army in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
It's the long-awaited day for these newly promoted senior officers in the Nigerian Army. 51 officers elevated to the enviable rank of a Major General in the Army, filed out to be decorated with their new rank of a 2-star General at the Command Officer's list. It's was a similar ceremony at the Department of Civil Military Affairs. The message to the newly promoted officers is the same: be dedicated to duty and loyal to the authorities.
So a lot more is expected from all of us, particularly the general that will command our formations and units. General is responsible where he's deployed and should be aware and conversant with everything surrounding him.
Let me at this juncture emphasize the need for you to support, sacrifice, and of course steadfastness towards tackling the myriad of security challenges bedeviling our dear country.
The stakes are high for these newly promoted senior officers who now await deployment to their new place of primary assignment. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
There is hope in sight for 14 local government areas of Plateau State that have been without electricity supply, as all encumbrances impending the construction of Makeri Pangshin transmission line have been resolved. Minister of Power Abubakar Aliyu mandates the contractor to deliver the project in the next 3 months. Joshua Ojito reports.
122 kilometers Makeri Pangshin transmission line to provide electricity to 14 local government areas in Plateau State. Contract awarded 10 years ago, but there were challenges that delayed its completion. Issues of right-of-way, insecurity, and inadequate funding stalled the project over the years. The intervention of federal and Plateau State governments raises hope for the project as all issues resolved and contractor back to site.
It is a quick win to all of us because we have a lot of stranded investment at Pangshin. 2x40 MVA transformer has been installed but no line to power it. If we can achieve that, it means TCN will add its wheeling capacity as we are approaching 10,000 megawatt.
From the Shinko side until where we are now, the work has been done. We are ready to stream, and I can tell you we are good to go.
365 towers are to be erected along the line, but federal government raises concern on continuous vandalization of erected towers, which the state government says will be tackled head-on.
Whoever wants to vandalize it, we will see it as the biggest crime to the people of Plateau State. 2 senatorial districts are cut off completely. But with this thing you have done is the biggest Christmas gift you are giving to the people of Plateau State.
With 3 months deadline to deliver the project, the transmission line is part of federal government interventions nationwide to increase the wheeling capacity of the transmission arm of the value chain. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, was among dignitaries that converged on Yobe Mosque and Islamic Center Damatru to witness the wedding solemnization of eldest son of Yobe State Governor Abubakar May Malabuni and his bride Aisha Abubakar Isa. Mustafa Yusuf has the details.
Although performed in a low key, without the usual fanfare associated with wedding ceremonies of people in the Northeast, people from all walks of life were in Damatru, the Yobe State capital, to witness the marriage solemnization. Prominent Nigerians such as President of the Senate Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan and Inspector General of Police Usman Al-Kali Baba were there to be part of the historic event. The wedding solemnization was conducted by the Chief Imam of Yobe State, Shakur Muhammad Yusuf, on the pronouncement of 500,000 naira as bride price. This is the first time Governor Momola Buni is giving out his own son in a holy matrimony in Damatru. Mustafa Yusuf Musa, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari sent hearty congratulations and best wishes to Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the governor of Kano State, on his birthday. A statement by the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity says President Buhari commends the governor for his leadership and administrative acumen and wishes him a happy birthday as the governor marks his 73rd birthday on the 25th of December and his wife, Professor Hafsat Ganduje, marks her own on the 28th. The president also salutes Governor Ganduje for his work on security and infrastructure, describing him as the builder of a secure and prosperous Kano State. President Muhammadu Buhari says the death of Alhaji Bashir Mangal, the managing director of Max Airlines and brother of business mogul Alhaji Dahiru Barrow Mangal, is a loss for the country. In a condolence message delivered on his behalf by the Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sidika, and the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ambassador Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, the President described the deceased as an indomitable businessman. President Buhari said he was full of life and very cautious, and he leaves behind an indelible contribution to the aviation world. He was also a very organized administrator. The nation and its business community have lost a gem. President Buhari condoles his family and friends and the Katsina Emirate and government and people of Katsina State. Similarly, the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu has expressed sadness over the passing of Alhaji Bashir Mangal, while commiserating with the Mangal family, particularly the wife, children and businessman Alhaji Dahiru Mangal, the older brother of the deceased. The APC candidate wishes the late Bashir Mangal eternal rest. We take a break. When we return, our conversation on Winked File will begin. Do stay.
The chairman, Zamfara State APC Gubernatorial Campaign Council for the election of His Excellency Governor Bello Muhammad MOM, Matawallan Maradin Shatiman Dalar Usmaniya, His Excellency Honorable Abdulaziz Yar Abubakar Shatiman Zamfara, and former Governor Zamfara State cordially invite all APC members, stakeholders and supporters in Zamfara State to the flag-off of Zamfara State Gubernatorial Campaign scheduled as follows. Dates: Tuesday, 27 December 2022. Venue: Kauran Namoda Township Stadium along Shinkafi Road, Kauran Namoda, Zamfara State. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. Announcer: Honorable Ibrahim Megandi, Malikin Gidan Goga, Director, Publicity Directorate for the Campaign Council.
The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has fixed Monday 12th December 2022 to Sunday 22nd January 2023 as the dates for the collection of PVCs nationwide from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. All registrants who are yet to collect their PVCs or requested for transfer of registration, as well as those who applied for replacement of lost or damaged PVCs, can now visit INEC local government offices where they intend to vote to collect their PVCs. Collection of PVCs will be further extended to ward level for those who are unable to collect theirs at local government offices from Friday 6th to Sunday 15th January 2023. Thereafter, the exercise will be reverted to the local government offices of the INEC until Sunday 22nd January 2023. Remember, only those with PVC can vote on election day. Collect your PVC now to vote. It is your duty. This message is brought to you by the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC
and supported by the United Nations Development Programme UNDP.
Fighting here and there, we don't want it at all. Killing people today tomorrow, we don't want it at all. And we don't want separation. You do your own, I do my own. Make you dey go. No. We don't want that one. We may quarrel and disagree, but let it be on the table of dialogue. No blood, chaos, war, violence. Let us stand with our nation as one people. And we must also stand for the armed forces. They are our husbands and wives. They are our brothers and sisters. Please support the armed forces whose lives are always on the front line to protect our nation. Nigeria is your own. Nigeria is mine. Nigeria is our own. And uniqueness is in our oneness. Our oneness is our strength. My people, my name is Emeka. Mekus Kamas. Let me get all this again. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when the day bust, then my eye open. I don't know that 419 be. But when EFCC bab, then they come bab me too. Now he make me they warn you. All of them want to do business like me. When they carry big money, when I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. make una shine my eye because a special control unit against money laundering wey dey call SCUMO, they don warn say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect am. If e pass 10 million naira for company, no collect am, carry am go your bank. If you no do am like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen, or they go suspend your license, or they go put it down for your hand. You talk say I no want you.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
You're welcome back. Amid dwindling revenues accruing to government coffers, authorities have continued to evolve innovations aimed at ramping up resources for government businesses of delivering on the common good. For the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the value-added tax is the new goal to be fully mined and have taken measures to ensure that happens. Benny Adams tells us more.
Which is value-added tax, is a consumption tax paid when goods are purchased or services rendered. It is currently administered by FIRS at a charge rate of 7.5%. This form of tax has since become the new gold following dwindling government revenues from oil. This revenue drive implies that from the first day of 2023, MTN Nigeria, Airtel and all money deposit banks are mandated to withhold or collect value-added tax charged on all taxable supplies made to them for onward remittance to FIRS.
Section 14, subsection 3, the value-added tax empowers the FIRS to appoint any person
The FIRS says the companies are expected to remit the tax they would withhold in the currency of transaction on or before the 21st day of each month following the month the tax was withheld. And as the clock ticks, counting down to the first day of January, the FIRS is excited as the policy is expected to improve tax compliance, which means more revenue for improved service delivery. While appealing for compliance, the service says it has instituted adequate measures to ensure prompt payment of refundable input tax under the new arrangement.
For the vendors, we understand that it leads to a situation whereby they will need to be making a refund of their input tax. And what that means is that when they charge VAT and the agents have withdrawn the VAT, the vendors will not be able to claim their input tax from the output tax that the agents have deducted.
The FIRS also assures customers that the prices of telecom and banking services remain same. In Abuja, Benny Adams for Weekend 5.
And joining me in the studio to shed more light on the new policy is the Acting Director, VAT, Federal Inland Revenue. She's Lovette Onanugayo. Welcome to Weekend 5.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you join us.
Thank you.
Your policy will kick up in a few days.
Yes.
And I'm sure you're excited about it.
Yes, I am really excited. I'm looking forward to the possibilities are endless.
Exactly. And from financial experts, on the announcement by your organization on the appointment of VAT collection agents, they've been asking why just these 3 entities, MTN, Airtel and deposit banks. What was the criteria used, in the selection process itself?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. First of all, I must explain that the fact that we have now appointed just the Airtel, MTN, and the Deposit Bank doesn't mean that we're going to stop there. If you recall, we started this withholding, Section 13 is already enshrined in Section 13 of the VAT Act, that all MDAs, that is ministries, departments, and agencies, are by law automatically expected to deduct VAT and remit to the service, as well as all oil and gas companies. So it's not new. So now we've just extended it to Airtel, MTN, and the deposit banks. We're still going to be looking at adding more. The criteria was basically usually companies or organizations that usually deal with loads of suppliers or vendors. That's one. So the idea is that they now become like a one-stop shop, if you understand what I mean. Because they have such a huge volume outreach. Yes. Therefore, we go to one person and then we can collect taxes of up to thousands of people because they're dealing with that one customer. So that's one of the criteria. The other criteria is compliance, their level of compliance, over the years, the historical compliance, that's also taken into account. And of course the sector, mainly the sector. For now we have started with telecom and the financial sector. We're also looking to expand this to other sectors, and it's a work in progress.
Okay, tell us take us through the working of the agreement. Who collects the tax and for who?
Okay, so who collects the tax are the VAT agents. And this tax we're talking about, of course, is the value-added tax, which is the rate is 7.5%. As you know, that went up from the 1st of February 2020 to 7.5%. It used to be 5%. So now 7.5% is the rate of tax, value-added tax, and it is collected by every taxable person by definition. So a taxable person for the purpose of VAT is anyone who transacts business, whether individual, a family group, a company, a trust, an NGO, charitable organization that collects, supplies services for a consideration, So they are taxable. That's the definition of a taxable person. This simply means that an individual is a taxable person for VAT if you are selling anything. Okay. So in this case, we're talking about that by law, every individual, company, trust, or partnership in Nigeria is expected, if you are dealing in vatable goods and services, to collect the tax on behalf of government and remit it to the Federal Inland Revenue Service. So all shops, supermarkets, everybody, companies, if you are offering services or selling goods, you are expected to actually put that VAT on top of your invoice when you sell or you render service, and then you are to withhold, now remit, because your customers pay that VAT to you because you have included it in their invoice. So you now remit that at the by the 21st of the next month. So the VAT, for instance, you collect from 1st of January to 31st of January will be due for remittance on the 21st of February.
So there's a time frame?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is who collects the VAT, and the money goes to the federal government through the FRS and is then shared among the three tiers of government: 15% to the federal government, 50% to the state government, and 35% goes to the local government.
That's the policy is quite wide, and it sort of covers everywhere in Nigeria, and I'm sure Nigerians are learning their responsibility to government. It's not always government giving, but you can give back also.
Yeah.
Like I told you, we have reports that will drive this conversation. Let's take this report. As come 1st of January 2023, deposit money banks and telcos will assume the role of tax agents. Experts say the new tax regime will bridge existing gap in available tax resources, promote conformity and enhance revenue collection in Nigeria. Amaka Owo reports.
In a bid to stay afloat, it is not out of place for nations to deploy various strategies aimed at strengthening and ensuring growth. In Nigeria, for instance, one of the mandates of the Federal Inland Revenue Service is the appointment of deposit money banks and telecommunications companies as tax agents. Experts are of the view that the policy has advantages capable of tackling existing loopholes and ensuring compliance with tax transformation.
This convenience principle of collection, in other words, the mode of compliance, the mode of enforcement, administration and compliance with tax must be made to be convenient for the taxpayer, because if it is too burdensome for the taxpayer or too costly or burdensome for tax administration, then the essence of it is defeated.
While the FIRS continues to work tirelessly in ensuring adequate tax collection, some taxpayers are of the view that accountability and commensurate infrastructure are needed proof of the effective use of tax proceeds.
We are trying our best to comply as much as we can.
Let us see what the law
is a technology-driven activity that we must not joke about. We need to look at software issues within the banking sector and the telecom companies. What type of software do they have? How do you effect such that when you want to make the payment, it's going to trigger an alarm that, look, this payment has to be splitted. This goes to contractor or supplier. This goes to Federal Inland Revenue.
Other analysts comment the new tax regime, stating that deposit money banks and telcos have a plethora of suppliers that can likely boost tax revenue in the country. In Lagos, Amaka Owo, NTA News.
Well, as our discussion continues, can you shed more light on the responsibility of the tax authority now to the companies that are supposed to collect the tax?
First and foremost, I think we owe a responsibility to the VAT agents we have so appointed to ensure that the process is seamless for them. So we're deploying technology to ensure that that process works seamlessly. And secondly, we also owe them a responsibility for refund if any arises, if there's a need for them to claim their input, which they are not able to recover. So we have also simplified the refund process to make sure that they can claim that input from the time they submit the application for a refund. It takes 1 month and that money is in their bank account.
Oh, the terms input, VAT and output, can you explain to our viewers so that they can understand better?
Absolutely. So the input VAT, like I explained before, the VAT is a consumption tax which is due at the rate of 7.5% when goods are purchased or services are rendered. Okay, so now it has an input-output mechanism, and this is how it works. So if I buy things from you, Jumai, right? You are the seller, and you charge me VAT because you are selling. Okay, you sell to me and I come to buy from you, but maybe you are a manufacturer and you manufacture those goods, say handbags, or maybe those lovely jewelry, the brooch you're wearing. If you sell that to me, to make that brooch, maybe you have your own company and you do it. You buy the raw materials, you buy everything that you need to produce that brooch. Therefore, you bought from someone. You have suppliers behind you that are supplying you the raw materials.
It's a chain.
Yes. So to make that lovely brooch. So then you sell to me. So when you bought your raw materials, you pay the VAT to your suppliers, right? And then now when you sell to me, you add a VAT on top of the cost of the brooch. Okay, so now your suppliers would have charged you a VAT which you paid them, but then come the 21st of February, when you are due to do your filing to the FRS, you deduct the VAT you paid to your suppliers who supplied you raw materials for that brooch, to make that brooch, from the VAT you charged me.
Okay.
So your cost of your price remains the same. Okay. So you are not dipping into your profit or into your own margin. So that's why VAT is a neutral tax. It has absolutely nothing to do with your margins
and your profits.
It doesn't affect it. So you take out what you paid from what you charged me. If the VAT you paid to your supplier was say 750 on 10,000 naira cost of your raw materials, and then you sell that brush to me at 20,000, that means the VAT you would charge me now becomes 1,500.
Okay? Exactly.
So you deduct 750 from the 1,500 you charged me, then all you have to remit is the net, which is 750 to the Federal Inland Revenue.
Robert Onanuga, Acting Director of VAT Federal Inland Revenue, thank you so much for breaking it down so that I am also able to understand how it works now. And I'm sure a lot of Nigerians have gotten, an idea of how the VAT system is. Thank you so much for coming on Weekend File.
Thank you so much for having me, Jemai.
We'll take a break. When we return, more. Don't stay.
As we close a successful year 2022 and prepare for the start of a better year 2023, the Nigeria Television Authority, NTA, wishes to appreciate and share the love with all who gave us a year to remember for good. The three arms of government, ministries, departments and agencies, corporate bodies and advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups and political parties. Most importantly, you are a keen viewer. We say thank you. Together, we made 2022 great. Let's make 2023 greater. Once again, we say thank you. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at the NTA. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
A body has been found, possibly a child. I think I have something.
I think it's the ritual murder.
Oh, that's the council's name. What do we know about this so-called senior court members?
It appears their real strength lies in the members now in government, judiciary, business, and the police.
Now this is getting interesting.
The popular hit song bumper.
One they call. Oh, do you know GoTV? You can enjoy the best of local and international shows. That's festive. Really? Makes sense. Really? Something to go. Yeah. My food, your food.
Shake the pillow.
Yes.
Wait.
Pay for any package this festive and GoTV go bring you to a higher package.
Wow.
For this festive season, everybody go shine well oh, because na bumper time we dey. Renew your subscription and get upgraded to a higher package. Dial star 288 hash to enjoy. Na better entertainment we shop pass. GoTV, love it.
Well, welcome back, and Sport Update is next.
All-African Games gold medalist Deji Aliu has praised Nigeria's World 100-meter hurdles champion and record holder Tobi Amusa for making the top 5 best women athletes for 2022. The 25-year-old hurdler had a fantastic year and became the first Nigeria world champion in an athletic event when she won the 2022 World Championships 100-meter hurdles gold medal, setting the current world record of 12.12 seconds in the semi-final, followed up by a 12.06 seconds in the final. She also won gold again at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham before retaining her Diamond League trophy in Zurich in a new meet record of 12.29 seconds. The previous record, which stood for 22 years, was held by an American legend, Gail Davis. The World Athletics ratified Amusa's women's World 100-meter hurdles record set at the 2022 World Championships in Oregon, United States. Amusa also made the shortlist of 5 finalists for the Women's World Athletes of the Year award. In the spirit of the season, Nigeria's Olympic gold medalist Choma Ajuma has reached out to the less privileged in the society through her foundation. Choma Ajuma used the opportunity to call on other ex-internationals not to forget the community where they were raised, as she continues her yearly program which gives out to the widows in the community.
Because I was once in that situation, and it will not do me any good if I forget where I was coming from.
In the same vein, the authentic Nigerian Football and Allied Sports Supporters Club have also reached out to some physically challenged sportsmen and women in Lagos. President of the club, Abayomi Ogunjimi, while delivering the gift items, said the physically challenged athletes have always made Nigeria proud in various sporting events and should not be neglected.
Because they have really made us proud. They have done well for the nation.
With sports update, Enyojo Adiku, NTA News.
Let's take a quick check on the weather prospect for Sunday in Nigeria and other parts of the world.
Greetings from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. I'm Sefia Senyuta with your Christmas Day weather forecast. We expect to wake up to cold and dusty atmosphere, especially over the north, where moderate dust haze is expected over most places, though few places like Katsina, Kano, Jigawa and Yobe are expected to be in thick dust haze condition. Moderate dust haze is also expected over the central cities down to the inland cities of the south. Few clouds should prevail over the coastal cities with a bit of haziness. The air quality is unhealthy over the southwest as well as Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, Anambra and Enugu. Temperatures are expected to drop further as more dust is expected in the next few days. Let's take a look at the forecast.
And that's how it's been on Weekend 5. Thanks so much for your time. But before we go, don't forget to join NTA in the fight against rape and rapist. I am Jumai Yusuf.